Peru News Today. All you need to know about Peru.
Paolo Guerrero trained for the first time in Trujillo with his teammates from César Vallejo, and Roberto Mosquera welcomes Paolo and is fit. Paolo Guerrero arrived at Villa Poeta and trained for the first time with the Cesar Vallejo University. He dressed short in record time. Peruvian striker Paolo Guerrero trained for the first time as a player at the Cesar Vallejo University. RPP Deportes had access to the practices carried out by the Trujillo team this afternoon at the Villa Poeta, where the team led by Roberto Mosquera, in full, carried out work with and without the ball. One of the main protagonists was the popular Predator, who was seen, at first, doing small jobs, and then joining up with his other teammates and doing touches with the ball. Afterwards, the former Flamengo and Corinthians player practiced definitions. In fact, he scored a goal in training, showing that he is at a good physical level. Paolo Guerrero is in a good physical level. On the other hand, the UCV coach, Roberto Mosquera, indicated that they will not rush Paolo Guerrero, and when he is fit he will have minutes. We are going to evaluate him physically, and then, when he is well, we are going to use him. We are not going to rush it, we have to put it in conditions. He is a technical prodigy, he said at first. Age is something relative. I see Paolo and it's as if he were 20 years old. He is current. He has just had a fantastic campaign. I don't see him much because of his age. I see him because of the experience he has and because he is determined to play for Peru. The best thing that is happening is that he can play in his country, added the strategist. Then, he asserted that the arrival of Paolo Guerrero will not only be beneficial for Cesar Vallejo, but also for the Peruvian national team. I think so. There is a double discourse, and a good discourse that means that Paolo does not have to make the trips he had to make. Here he is now, an hour from Lima. Professor Jorge Fossati, whom I respect, he has him close, and here we are going to take care of him so that he not only performs here, but that every time he goes to the national team he does what he has been doing, he concluded. Roberto Mosquera welcomes Paolo Guerrero, he is excited. The coach of the Cesar Vallejo University, Roberto Mosquera, confirmed that he will have a meeting with Paolo Guerrero to let him know the club's objective this season. National forward Paolo Guerrero arrived in Trujillo to enroll in the work of the Cesar Vallejo University. Prior to the first team's training at Villa Poeta, the coach of the Trujillo team, Roberto Mosquera, spoke exclusively to Futebol Como Campo de RPP and indicated that the arrival of the Predator will not only be beneficial for the Poeta team, but also for the Peruvian national team. Thank you for coming to be interested in Vallejo and the new reality we are experiencing, the coach said at first. I think so. There is a double speech, and a good speech that means that Paolo does not have to make the trips that he had to make. Here it is now, an hour from Lima. Professor Jorge Fossati, whom I respect, has him close, and here we are going to take care of him so that he not only performs here, but that every time he goes to the national team he does what he has been doing, he added. Then, he indicated that he will meet with the forward in the next few hours to let him know the club's objectives and the plans he has for this season. After a long time he has not been in Peru. It is the first time, his first experience of playing in Peru. He is excited. Today I am going to talk to him later. We met for an hour to talk about the conductive mercy of the team, the rules of coexistence that are important, the objective we have this year and what type of squad we have, he concluded. After medical examinations, Paolo Guerrero added his second training session with Cesar Vallejo. With health and determination, was Cesar Vallejo's message about Paolo Guerrero's medical examinations. This Friday, Paolo Guerrero carried out his second training session with his teammates from Cesar Vallejo, who is getting ready to face Deportivo Garcilaso, in Cusco, for Date 5 of League 1 Apuesta. The Predator will not be summoned for this commitment, as he is not yet in his best physical condition. Prior to the physical work in the Poet Village, Guerrero underwent the required medical examinations. The Trujillo club itself announced the evaluation, with health and determination. Our poet, following the protocol, underwent medical examinations, making sure that everything was going well, Vallejo wrote on his X account, X Twitter, accompanied by photos of Guerrero. Let us remember that Guerrero did not have a preseason this year and that he has not played since December 17, 2023. On that date he played with LDU in the second final against Independiente del Valle in the Ecuadorian League. When will Paolo Guerrero debut? If there are no problems, the 40-year-old forward's debut will be when Cesar Vallejo hosts Cusco FC on Saturday, March 2, at the Mansish Stadium in Trujillo. Our poet, following protocol, underwent medical examinations, making sure that everything is going well. Roberto Mosquera on Paolo Guerrero. It's a beautiful reality. I think there is a double discourse there and a good discourse that means that Paolo does not have to make the trips he had to make. Fossati, whom I respect, has him close. Here we go to take care of him, not only so that he performs here, but also in the national team, said Roberto Mosquera when Guerrero's presence was confirmed. Cesar Vallejo resolved his disagreements with Guerrero so that the nine plays for the first time in Peruvian football, now who from the age of 18 developed his professional career in teams from Germany, Brazil, Argentina, and Ecuador. Leave us your comment and subscribe to continue growing and follow us on our social networks, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram and TikTok.
Peru News Today. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.